Here's a thought to consider. Your brain inherently knows how to get addicted. It's just attracted to the wrong things. Think about it. You can scroll through TikTok or Instagram for 3 straight hours without realizing how much time has passed. But when you open a textbook, 20 minutes can feel like torture. Why is that? The answer lies in one powerful chemical, dopamine. In this video, you'll discover how to rewire your brain so that studying gives you the same excitement as endless scrolling. Yes, it's actually to crave study sessions. Let's break it down. Part 1. What's really happening in your brain? Dopamine is the feel-good chemical that rewards you when something exciting occurs. Your brain is wired to seek it out. Social media apps capitalize on this. They are designed to provide you with quick doses of dopamine every few seconds. Every swipe brings something new, a joke, an interesting fact, a cute dog video. There's no effort involved, just instant novelty and pleasure. It's like giving your brain an all-you-can-eat dessert buffet. Now, compare this to studying. Books, notes, and lectures require focus and patience. The dopamine payoff from studying is delayed. Your brain looks at both options and thinks, why eat vegetables when cake is right here? The result is a brain conditioned to crave constant stimulation and reject slower rewards. But here's the good news, you can change that wiring. Part 2. Reset your dopamine baseline. Currently, your dopamine baseline is elevated. Only highly stimulating activities, like quick videos or games, feel rewarding. To fix this, you need to lower that baseline so that simple tasks like studying feel fulfilling again. Don't worry, this doesn't mean you have to quit technology or live in isolation. Start small. Daily 15-minute detox. Set aside 15 minutes with no stimulation at all. No phone. No music. Just sit quietly, take a walk, or let your mind wander. At first, it may feel uncomfortable, like your brain is begging for a dopamine fix. That's normal. It means your system is adjusting. Single task walks. Go for a short walk without headphones. Listen to the birds and notice your surroundings. It may sound simple, but this practice trains your brain to appreciate quiet moments once again. Digital sunsets. Consider shutting off all screens an hour before bed. This practice allows your mind to reset during sleep, helping to reduce that overworked dopamine scale. If you maintain this routine consistently for a week or two, you will find that reading a few pages or solving a problem feels rewarding again. Your brain will no longer require extreme stimulation to experience pleasure. Part 3. Make studying the new source of dopamine. Lowering your baseline dopamine levels is just the first step. The next step is to make studying itself an exciting activity. Here's how to transform a dull textbook into a source of dopamine. Turn study time into a game. Break the material into small, manageable chunks. After completing each section, draw a star, tick a box, or cross out a mini goal. This moment of completion provides your brain with a dopamine hit, similar to finishing a level in a game. Utilize the Pomodoro technique. Work with intense focus for 25 minutes, then take a 5-minute break. Your brain loves countdowns and mini challenges, so treat each study session like a sprint you're trying to win. Teach to remember. After studying, explain the concepts out loud as if you're teaching someone else. When your brain feels mastery over the material, it lights up, providing another source of dopamine. You will also improve your understanding and retention of the material. Add visual variety. Take notes with colorful pens and include symbols, arrows, or doodles. This visual variety activates multiple areas of the brain, making learning more engaging. It's like giving your mind a colorful playground instead of a dull page. Connect lessons to your life. Search for personal connections to what you're studying. If you're learning biology, think about how your muscles recover after workouts. When studying economics, consider how it relates to why your favorite brand recently raised its prices. Finding relevance increases curiosity, which naturally releases dopamine. Reward smartly. Treat yourself to meaningful rewards after focused study sessions. After an hour of concentrated effort, you might enjoy a snack, take a stretch, or go for a short walk. By making rewards intentional and not constant, you teach your brain to associate effort with pleasure. Part 4. Build a curiosity-first mindset. Here's the ultimate secret. You don't have to force yourself to study when you're genuinely curious. Shift your perspective from obligation to exploration. Instead of saying, "I need to study for the test," say, "I want to understand how this works." Curiosity transforms books into treasure maps, where each page hides something that can change how you see the world. This mental shift is decisive. Students who embrace curiosity often find themselves reaching for their books during free moments, not out of discipline, but because they view studying as a source of excitement. Real-life example, from distracted to dedicated. Consider Mia, a college sophomore who struggled to focus for more than 10 minutes. She began with a 15-minute dopamine detox each morning. After a week, she switched to 25-minute Pomodoro sessions and rewarded herself with quick nature walks. Within 3 weeks, she was studying 2 hours a day without feeling forced. Her secret wasn't superhuman willpower. She trained her brain to enjoy the learning process. Here's something powerful that most students overlook. Momentum is addictive. The hardest part is starting, but once you begin, your brain wants to keep going. It's like pushing a heavy door. Initially, it barely moves, but then it swings wide open. Use the 2-minute start rule. Tell yourself you'll study for just 2 minutes, read a paragraph, solve a single problem, or write the title in your notebook. Often, those 2 minutes turn into 30 without effort. Stacking tiny wins also builds momentum. Complete one Pomodoro session, mark it off, and your brain will say, "Let's keep going." This is similar to why we binge-watch TV shows. Each episode ending makes you want to see the next one. To enhance momentum, end each study session midway through something interesting. Stop right after writing down a question you're curious to answer. When you return, your brain will be eager to finish. Momentum transforms studying from a chore into a self-reinforcing cycle. The more you study, the easier it becomes to keep learning. Harness it, and your productivity will soar almost effortlessly. Action plan to start today. You don't need to wait weeks to begin. Here's a simple roadmap. Day 1, spend 15 minutes in silence, free of distractions. Just breathe and think. Day 2, add one Pomodoro session and reward yourself after completing it. Day 7, implement colorful note-taking and practice short teach-back explanations. Day 14, observe how your desire for study time grows naturally. By week 4, don't be surprised if studying feels as natural and satisfying as scrolling through your social media feed. Take back your mind and your future. Your brain isn't broken. It's simply been hijacked by quick dopamine hits. The good news? You can rewire it. Lower your dopamine baseline. Make learning exciting. Turn curiosity into fuel. In a month, you could become someone who wants to study, someone who finds knowledge more rewarding than endless scrolling. If you found this helpful, hit subscribe and turn on the notification bell. Every week, I share science-backed strategies to help you focus, learn faster, and stay motivated. Which technique will you start with today? The dopamine detox or the Pomodoro challenge? Please drop a comment and let's begin rewiring your brain together.